Hey guys, so welcome. In this video, we are going to do or complete our PHP programming setup. So now that we've been able to install the browser, the XAMPP web server, the XAMPP server, and a code editor, it's time to set up our working environment. So what I would do now is, for you to set up your working environment, you have to create a folder that is going to hold your files. Okay, so the first thing we do is go to your programs icon or your Windows icon and right click on XAMPP. So first search for XAMPP. So when you see XAMPP control panel, just click on open file location. Okay, then on the icon that says XAMPP control panel again, right click and click on open file location. Now it will take you to where your XAMPP was installed. Just scroll up and look for this folder called htdocs, htdocs, just below FileZilla or above img folder. So it's called htdocs, htdocs. Okay, open the htdocs folder, and when you open it, this is where you are going to put in all your website folder. All right, so ignore the folders that you have there currently and create a new folder called anything that you like. So for me, I will call this folder PHP files, PHP files. Okay, or for organization or for proper organization, then you can now open that folder again and now create another folder called PHP files. You can name it anything you want. Okay, so in htdocs, create a folder. You can call it anything. The reason why I'm creating this folder here is because we have some other files here and I don't want to delete them. So then you now go inside of PHP files that you've created and you create another folder. You can call it anything. I just called mine PHP files again. Now, right click on this, and depending on your computer, you can show more options if you're on Windows. So for me, I want to open it as a bracket project. If you have installed VS Code, you can open it with VS Code, open with code. But I want to open this with bracket project. So I'm going to click on open as bracket project after right clicking. So you right click on the folder, then show more options, open as brackets project. And as you can see, it is currently open in my brackets. Okay, this is brackets. And this is how it looks like. So now that I have the folder open, you can see the name here, PHP files. The next thing you can do is you can now create a new file. Okay, so I'm going to create a new file. And I will just call this index.html. So if you've done HTML, you know what that means. So I now have my index.html file, and I'm going to create my HTML boilerplate. So in HTML, this is what you need. You need the doc type, the HTML. This is a simple HTML document. And I'm going to type a simple code here. I will say HI, and I will say PHP programming with Precious area. So remember, I said that to do PHP, you should have a little bit of knowledge about HTML and CSS. So this is basically HTML. So I'm going to save this. And now that I've saved this, okay, now that I've saved this, the next thing that we can do is we can then open our browser. So for this tutorial or for this course, I have a lot of browsers, but I'm going to do this one with a browser called Maxton browser. So I'm going to open my browser. So now you see I've opened my editor and I'm opening up my browser now. So this is my browser. It's called Maxton browser. So what you can do is you can put them side by side. And how do you do that? Just move the bracket editor, click on it at the top, and move it to the side of your computer, to the side of touch the side of the screen like this. Okay, then it will open up the other side, then you decide on what you want on this side. So I want Mastodon browser here. So you see now that they are side by side, I can continue with what I'm doing. So I can see my changes immediately. All right. So the next thing I will do is just to get the link. To this folder where my files are. All right. So I'll just click on this place. Then I will go to the browser and drop the URL here. So you can see all my files, PHP files folder, and as you can see, I clicked on that, and now this is my index.html. So if I click on it, you can see PHP with Precious. So if I type something else, a paragraph tag, I love to program. And if I reload this, and as you can see, I love to program is showing on the screen right now. So this is how we are going to be working with it so that you can see my changes immediately and you can work with me. So create your setup like this and we should be able to progress as we move. So if you don't have knowledge about HTML and CSS, I will advise that you go and do a little bit of practice to brush up your skills. And if you have done your practice and you are ready to proceed, then I will see you in the next video. Okay? So guys, thank you for being here with me.